Hello everyone, welcome back to the Spankey Guitar channel. I have a guitar that I ordered actually a couple of weeks ago, and I was trying to save it until I got some more other videos recorded and uploaded, but it was bugging me too much, and I didn't want to leave it in this airtight package for too long. So yeah, this came from, I ordered it from Japan, and it came fairly quick here from Canada. It arrived in Canada within 3 or 4 days or something like that. So yeah, anyhow, I'm not going to do an unboxing because I already took the box off outside because my room here is not very big, so I had a heck of a time trying to pull this thing out of the box, because I think what they do is they put the guitar in the box in this plastic thing, and then they air it up. So once the customer gets it, it's expanded in the box, and it's very hard to get out. But that's a very protective way of ensuring your instrument doesn't get any damage along the shipping route. So yeah, this is a very interesting package. I'm not sure if you could see through that. Maybe you could tell it's a double binding guitar. Double binded guitar. So let's go ahead and open this. When I first received it, I opened I did one slice to these bubbles here just to try and let some air inside, and then I let it sit, like I said, for a couple of weeks because I was saving it for a later time, but that later time is now. So here we go. I'm not even sure how I'm going to open all of this. This is fairly soothing, actually. I don't think I need to do all of that, but let's go ahead and do them. So I first heard of these guitars, the Epiphone guitars that have the same open book Gibson headstock. About a year ago, I was doing some research on Epiphone Goth guitars. I have an Epiphone Goth. I have actually had two of them, and I came across a Japan-made Epiphone Goth. This one is not one of those, but I do have an Epiphone Goth that I could do a later review on. But this one, like I said, I was doing some research on, and I was surprised to find that Japan makes and Epiphone, they make the open book headstock similar to Gibson, and that made me quite happy to know that those guitars are out there. The particular one I was looking at, as I mentioned, was a Goth, so it was all satin black. It had a long neck tenon, and it had the open book headstock. It said Epiphone on the top. It had the trussrod. Had the two screws. You know how the Epiphone trussrod screws have 3 trussrod screws. So yeah, I was pretty excited to know that those guitars existed. That there's a happy medium between us Epiphone lovers and Gibson lovers. Well, we love both. I started off with Epiphone, and not how recently did I get the Gibsons. So this is how it looks outside of that bubble package. Well, some more bubble wrap, but let's see what it says here. I never read this yet. Thank you for your purchase. We look forward to hearing from you again. Shinya Misawa. And he put some, looks like some candy maybe in here. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, that's one of those fans. Oh, let's check it out. Pocket Monsters. Oh, some guitar strings. Cool. I thought that was some more candy. 10 to 46. I usually use 9 to 46, but excellent. I'll use those. Maybe I'll use them on this guitar. And just one of those fans I mentioned. See, open it up and cool. So let's continue on with this unwrapping. I ended up giving the guy I got this off of Reverb. I ended up giving him a 5-star review, even though I hadn't opened it yet. I was actually going to wait quite a while to open this, and you know, I don't know how those review things work, but I based it off of since the package arrived timely, the guy had quick responses, and, you know, courteous, and he had good feedback. So now this is a used guitar. This is what year is this one? 1999 or 2000? I think it's a 2000. So it's in player's condition. It's, you know, it's not pristine or anything like that. I just wanted to get it for the unique headstock, like I had mentioned. I think that one of the pickup rings has cracked, so I'll have to glue that together, glue it back, or buy new ones. So we'll find out. You can find out with me here in a second. What I know it has, you know, scratches and a few scratches here and there, so it's not a collector's item by any means, but wow, this is actually in better condition than I had thought. So as you can see, it's a custom. Les Paul Custom. Let me get it out of the rest of the package here. I was so anxious to get this one open for quite a while, for the past few weeks. Like I said, I wanted to get it there, so that's why. Wood needs to have air with it. This is very, very pretty, I must say, in person. And off of the pictures, I'm very happy with this. Once I learned how to read Japanese, I could read their daily newspaper. But first, I'm gonna learn more guitar with this nice one. Wow, this is very nice. And this has the witch hat. This is based off of the 1969 Gibson Les Paul Custom, but like I said, Japan made. This is where the scratches are in the back here, but there's just one little ding there, but these are just, you know, regular scratches. I don't know how those got there, but I knew that beforehand. But this is actually quite shiny, and inside the pictures when I was buying it, it seemed dull, and like the poly was worn away, but that's far from it. And so there's the headstock, the Gibson open book headstock. Clouson gold tuners, Clouson style. And here's the back. I don't know if you could see that, but it says made in Japan 009154. It's kind of dark in here, but yeah, so this is a year 2000 guitar based off of the 1969 Les Paul Custom. I'm only saying that because these have the witch hat knobs that feel actually really good. So yeah, I'll be doing an audio demo here with it shortly, and just taking in the view. One, two, 3, 4, 5-ply binding around the body. I guess the same with the back. Bound, looks like beautiful rosewood, dark rosewood bound fingerboard neck. Bound headstock. I'm gonna do a later comparison. I have another Epiphone Custom, the Joe Bonamassa Black Beauty, the 3 pickup. But this one, the diamonds, typically on Epiphone Customs, these diamonds are a lot smaller, but this one is very reminiscent of a real Gibson Custom, where it has the larger diamonds. It's more, well, this one is not exactly the same, but I'm very happy with that. Epiphone. As I was mentioning earlier, the truss rod cover, it says Gibson here, and it has a Gibson style, like this the real one here. There's a standard 50 standard 2019 back there, and those have the 2 screws for the truss rod cover, when typically Epiphones usually have the 3 screws, 2 here, 1 there. And I can't wait to get this thing, the new strings on it. And see how it plays. So hello folks, we're back here with the Epiphone Les Paul Custom. I have it here on the workbench, and before we take some pickup readings, I took out the just wanted to show you guys a few things here. I took out the neck pickup cavity just to show you guys that this thing has a long neck tenon. Take a look at that. Long neck tenon. So this one has unbranded pickups, but they do sound very good, as you just witnessed. These are the made in Japan humbuckers. Now while it does sound very, very nice, I was thinking of swapping it out with these guys here, but I'm not so sure I'll do that. These guys are vintage, early 1980s PAF. Patent applied for, Tim Shaw humbuckers. These are very expensive pickups. And I wasn't sure which guitar is going to get it. The Gibsons, the Epiphones, or this very special Epiphone with the open book headstock, Gibson headstock. So these have been sitting here for a little while, these Tim Shaw humbuckers. They say that these humbuckers are the closest you'll ever get to an actual 1959 PAF. That's the word from guitar collectors, is that those are very close to the actual PAFs. Anyhow, so that's that. Those are the pickups. So before we get to the pickup readings, here's another feature of this guitar that is sought after by some collectors. This here, the bridge posts. As you can see, it's sticking out a little bit. Usually nowadays they have this bushing here, like this one here is for the stop bar, but nowadays they build them with this sort of a bushing, and then you put the bridge on top of it. However, they say when these ones are built as such as this one, drilled into the wood directly, it transfers the sound of the guitar into the wood, and therefore resonating longer and creating more of a warmth and a sustain not typically heard on the Gibson counterparts. Well, Gibson, this was a typical practice for Gibson back in the early 80s and even the 90s. You can still find these type of bridge, ABR1 bridge on the SGs, but I think, if I maybe some of you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, they only make these, Gibson only makes these ones now on the more expensive historics, Gibson Les Paul historics, because I have a bunch of Les Pauls there, Gibson, and they not one of them has this feature, nor does it have this feature, the long neck tenon. This is why this guitar is very, very special. Now, what else have set this apart is well, it doesn't set it apart, it just becomes more of a more Gibson-esque, if you will, is that the truss rod here. It only has 2 screws. Typically on an Epiphone, well, you can't see it there, but on an Epiphone they'll have 3 screws. So when I take this guy off, if you could see in there, that is an actual Gibson truss rod. Now here, what sets also this guitar apart from a typical Epiphone, made in China Epiphone or others, is that you'll have this included with your Epiphone guitars as an you know, basic hex Allen key to adjust your truss rod. But the difference is Gibson uses this style. It's not an Allen key, but it you know, it has this type of a head where they utilize a nut on top of the threaded truss rod. So this one here came with my Gibson's, and it fits perfectly on top. So this is no regular Epiphone, folks. This is a top of the line real Gibson appointments on this made in Japan Epiphone. And I was considering modifying it, like I said, to swap the pickups to the Tim Shaws, and also I have some extra parts here. This is an actual Gibson gold Gibson ABR1 that will fit right on this right on the bridge of this guitar. And this is the one that came with it, the made in Japan, and this one says BRG. And check out the stop bar posts. Look how nice and golden that is. Almost looks like real gold. I wouldn't be surprised if that is real gold. Anyhow, wouldn't that be cool? But I'm getting a little ahead of myself with that. Anyways, I just wanted to show that before we do the pickup readings. So, oh, here's another thing. It's usually the Gibsons, they have the nibs, the fret nibs that go over the fret wire. So that's another way you can differentiate between an Epiphone and a real Gibson. This one doesn't have the fret nibs, but it does have a wider neck. It's not the fat 50s style neck. It's more of a slim 60s style. So not the fat 50s, but the slim 60s. So this thing is really, really nice. It feels like a Gibson. It doesn't feel like an Epiphone at all. And so yeah, earlier I had said this was a 5-ply. That's actually 7-ply. 7-ply binding. Very, very nice work, binding work. And these top hats. These are the witch hats that I'm very fond of, because they remind me of the old days. I'm not from the 60s, or am I from the 70s? I was born in 79, but you know, I still like the older style of the features of this guitar. So I was doing a bit of research, and was wondering what model were the manufacturers of this guitar emulating. And what I had found was, in the 70s they used a different style, but in the 60s, in 1968 and 69, they used these witch hat knobs. And then if I remember correctly, the 69, sorry, the 69 doesn't have a long neck tenon. Maybe that's the year they stopped using that feature. The 68 does have a long neck tenon. The Gibson, the Gibson Les Paul Custom, has a long neck tenon, and it has these witch hat knobs, the 68. So I'm thinking this is the made in Japan folks. They had a real 1969 Gibson to compare the workings against, and they replicated it to nearly to exact specifications, other than those fret nibs. So I am very, very happy with this guitar. I don't know if I had mentioned, I paid $600 US for this, plus the shipping was another couple, 150 maybe. So in Canadian dollars, it was close to $950 I paid for everything, Canadian dollars. but for 600 US, my goodness, you really cannot go wrong with getting this near exact replica of a 1968 Gibson Les Paul Custom. Even the triangle. Usually on Epiphone Customs they have their smaller triangles, but this is the wider, longer, similar to the Gibson, with the exception of this top left one is just a little bit smaller, but very nice, excellent work. Oh yeah, and back to also the tuners. These are pretty good tuners. Maybe I'll flip it over. They say made in Japan on them, and they're very good tuners. But I also have these. This is a Goto package, but these are not Goto machine heads. These are real Grover Keystone tuners that came from an actual Gibson Les Paul Custom. So between this, the real Gibson ABR1, the Tim Shaws, and even maybe putting it into my early 80s Generation 3 Gibson case. So stay tuned for another video with further sound demos with this one. If you I encourage you to subscribe and like the video, maybe perhaps comment whether you think this is a good guitar, or maybe yeah, I'd just like to hear your comments, and please subscribe. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I really appreciate the viewers. So yeah, have a good evening. Hello folks, I almost forgot to take the pickup readings. Sorry about that. So let's do that quickly before we sign off. So the neck pickup, .56. The bridge pickup, .57. Oh, it is 7.56. They're exactly the same output, folks. Isn't that interesting? That's awesome. I don't know why I find that interesting, but that's just me. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll sign off for now. So thanks for watching.